Welcome back for another 5-minute market update. The markets are on fire because of tariff news, but even though Bitcoin had a ridiculous rejection from 88K, falling down about 6 or 7% on today's close, I am still extremely bullish on BTC for several reasons, and you're not going to want to miss this update. Pay attention and don't forget to share these, guys. Come on. The views and the likes, too low for my liking. Get it? See what I did there? Share these videos if you like what I'm sharing. Let's keep going. I'm not gonna beat on that drum too much. For the first time in almost a month, we're looking at daily volume finally exceeding the 30-day moving average. This is a good sign. I don't care if it's selling, because in order to sell, someone has to be buying, and someone is buying as the price goes down for BTC. Now we're seeing on balance volume starting to flatten out. This is showing us the trend, of the volume. And this is a good sign that we're not going lower. Okay, pay attention here. RSI, even though we had a massive hit yesterday or yesterday's recent closing, it did not make a newer low. Pay attention. Look, today already, we're starting to see a huge recovery. But more importantly, do you see this? Because I see this and I'm excited. We have our first pierce, not a test, a pierce right here of overhead resistance, this white line right there. This is an amazingly bullish sign. The fact that BTC went all the way up here, I don't care that it got rejected. We're actually holding a higher low right now. And the fact that we pierced this means that BTC is actually headed up to these levels. I know that what I'm saying right now is going completely against the narrative of fear that we're seeing across the market. We're going to look at that in a second. But the reason why I'm also getting excited is because Bitcoin dominance has been a huge pain in the you-know-what for a while. And we've seen it move up here from TBO resistance or / support up about 2%. Now it's finally showing signs of getting exhausted. And I see that here on RSI. And the reason I know it's happening is that we have a high here at 82, which is extremely overbought for daily RSI. The most recent high that we have here, the closest level that we can find, is actually 82.77. This number is actually wrong. I need to bring this up. 82.77 is the number to meet or beat for RSI. And guess what? That's not happening. The fact of the matter is that it came up really close, but my guess is that Bitcoin dominance is going to be slowly cooling off and falling down. It's extremely overextended from the daily fast line, so I'm expecting it to fall back down, not just 1%, at least 2%. Now, stablecoin dominance. This is one where you guys might be a little bit worried, but to be honest, it did not exceed this support level. This is a beautiful setup right here. The fact that this is happening shows that this white line right here is now being respected as resistance, where it used to be support for such a long time. Now it's resistance. This is a great bullish signal for crypto. I know what happened. I know lots of gains got wiped out because of tariff fears, but I'm calling it as it is. This is actually a good sign. Yes, we're seeing a little bit slightly lower low on RSI, but we are back above resistance right here, which is great. Now, traditional markets took a pretty massive hit. The S&P futures went down as low as 54.75 or so, starting here, going down about 1%, but really it was a pretty brutal drop. However, so far, so okay. We're looking at a higher low on daily RSI, and it's holding support right now. It's still very short term, but what we have happening right here, believe it or not, is actually bullish divergence. We're seeing the prices go down. We're seeing RSI moving up. This divergence should lead to a bottom forming soon for S&P futures. Now, one point of concern is this. This is the Nikkei. The Nikkei is the Japanese equivalent of the S&P, and they saw 3 TBO breakdowns in a row. I shared this in the Better Traders Club Discord server in my market analysis yesterday and made a truncated version of this as well in my post on X and everywhere else. This is not good. This tells us that there should be an explosive bearish move soon. I did not expect it to be this quick. Usually it's not, but this is not a good sign for the Nikkei. This is one area where it's like, not such a great thing that's happening. However, we do have a target that's reasonable about here, which is TBO support around 32.30 or so. I don't expect the Nikkei to drop much more than that because it is a major market. It is very much short-term oversold. Now, let's talk about the crypto market. This is going to be a longer update. Sorry, it's not 5 minutes today, guys. There's no way. It's impossible. Good news. Others did not break support on balance volume. This is a level we've been watching really ever since the middle of February, and it's insane at how well it's behaved and performed. Daily volume is finally above the moving average. We need to see this yellow line start to move up, but these are two good signs. We're looking at a lower low on RSI, but not exceeding the low we saw here on March 10th at 25.69. Again, nothing looks amazing, but it's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. Now, when we look at others BTC, this is the one area where I am the most cautious and the most careful. And the reason for that is simple. When we zoom out to the weekly time frame, this is showing us the others market cap against Bitcoin. And this is basically giving us the green light or the red light to be trading with Bitcoin. And because we're below this long-term support line that's really been in play since 2021 January, this is a very bad sign for others BTC. Avoid trading BTC paired trades right now, okay? Just be extremely cautious and careful about it. Now, there are a couple of charts I want to share with you. Ethereum got smacked down super hard on all of this fear, but you could see it came right up there, almost to $2,000 before falling about 9% on the day. However, look at volume, finally outperforming. Look at on-balance volume, starting to flatten out. Look at RSI. It actually pierced again this long-term overhead resistance line. I do expect Ethereum to actually start moving up. As crazy as that sounds, I'm expecting it to move up higher. Solana also took a pretty massive hit. I didn't think it would fall down 13% in a day, but it is short-term oversold. And I'm fully expecting the price of Solana to go way back up to where it was before, to 130 and much higher. Now, looking at the daily time frame, you can see here on balance volume flipped below the moving average. But as long as this moving average is pointing up, we don't have anything to worry about. XRP, this one took a pretty big hit as well, falling. Let me zoom in a little bit more. From wick to wick, it fell 11% on the day, which is a big move for XRP. But it's obvious to see that it's at a very, very strong level of support. RSI did not make a newer low. This is a buy the dip signal on XRP in my book. Last but not least, you're not going to want me to talk about it, but to be honest, there's strength building for SPX 6900. So meme coin on balance volume is clearly moving up higher. I know that volume still looks pretty bad because it's fallen so far, but we're starting to see it outperform. We're also seeing on the 4-hour time frame lots of really good changes happening in price action. This is a great chart just for trading. But understand that there is a reverse happening. The market is getting impatient, and I do expect the others market cap to start outperforming and actually pumping, even though there's bearish news right now. Now, whether or not you are successful with handling this tariff dump, the reality is that these conditions make great profits for traders. For investors, this is a nightmare. But for traders, this is a great scenario to be taking profits. I've been warning you, take profits quickly, just take a little bit on every little bounce that we see. Now do you see why I've been telling you that? And I teach you how to do this stuff in our courses here at thebettertraders.com. The link for that is in the description below. Now, pay attention. This volatility is not over. We're going to see more volatility this week and in the weeks to come. But that means that there are going to be great opportunities for trading, so long as you protect your portfolio at all costs and you take some profit on any bounce that you possibly get. So until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.